Well, hello, it's Mornin, and here we are again, me and my voice, and Fuel by Joe White, devotional book that we're focusing on this week. Um, yeah, it's good. Hey, um, by the time this has gone up live, the American election, at least the first stage of it, will be over. We'll see how many days they're still counting mail-in ballots, but at this point, while I'm recording this, I don't know what happened, and I don't know if the world is carrying on or if it's on fire. Oh, yeah. Anyways, enough of that. Here we are. Let's read today's reading from Fuel 10-Minute Devotions to Ignite the Faith of Parents and Teens by Joe White. This one is called The Flip of a Coin, and it is on page 139. Starts out with a passage from Luke chapter 20, verses 21 to 25. Here's how it reads. They questioned him, saying, Teacher, we know that you speak and teach correctly, and you are not partial to any, but teach the way of God in truth. Sounds like a little bit of brown nosing by the Pharisees there. Is it lawful for us to pay taxes to Caesar or not? But he, meaning Jesus, detected their trickery and said to them, Show me a denarius, which was a coin of the day. Whose likeness and inscription does it have? They said, Caesar's. And he said to them, Then render to Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to God the things that are God's. Great little passage. Here's the message. Heads you win, tails you lose. Jesus grew up during a time when people believed major decisions should be made by the gods. Consequently, they devised tons of methods by which they could persuade the gods to give a definite yes or no. That's how the coin toss got started. With the flip of a silver piece, great tracts of land were bought, criminals were indicted, marriage partners were chosen, and crops were planted. The people revered the gods, and Julius Caesar, whose head appeared on all the money in the land. They revered him so much that they were willing to stake their futures on whichever way a coin landed in the sand. So when the Pharisees asked Jesus whether it was lawful for them to give back to Caesar, their question was a bit of a loaded gun. Jesus didn't flinch, though. I love the way the Lord answered those weasels who tried to trick him into making some negative statement about the law. He simply said, By all means, pay the man. His head's on the coin, isn't it? But then, with a little twist they hadn't counted on, Jesus said to them, But whatever has God's picture on it belongs to God. In one swoop, Jesus affirmed both the government's leadership and God's authority. I believe Jesus would offer the same advice to 21st century people. He'd say, if you want to be good citizens, don't cheat on your taxes. And if you want to be on good terms with God, give to him the things that bear his image, namely your life, your soul, yourself. That is a good challenge. We need to remember that God has the first call on our lives. And that doesn't mean that we get away with not following the government. There are things that our government does that we don't like. But so long as what the government is doing doesn't contradict what God would have us do, then we need to follow along. That can be hard sometimes. But when it comes down to it, give to the government what is the government's, and give to God what is God's. And what is God's but our whole self, our devotion, our hearts, our souls, our minds. Love the Lord your God with your heart, soul, mind, and strength. A good challenge. All right, there we go. I hope you have yourself a wonderful day. Again, I will leave the picture of the book up for a little bit so that you can see that if you want to buy it. So here we go. Here's the book, and here's me signing off. See ya.